Oh my god. What's going on? What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we've got a very weird concept at play today. We're going to explore the idea that an F1 circuit has been abandoned. Okay, that might be a bit of a stretch, but basically we're going to be racing around the Brazilian Grand Prix, and it's basically going to be like a rainforest. All of the grass is literally, what, 10 meters tall? Something ridiculous like that. It's literally going to look like we're racing through a rainforest of trees with a bit of road etched into the middle of it. And yeah, we're just going to have a bit of fun. And I don't know what this video is. I just wanted to get stuck in and give it a try because I saw it on Race Department and it looked bloody silly. And we know that the F1 games do lack a bit of silliness. So I'm going to get stuck in and we're going to have some fun.
Welcome to Sao Paulo, which has been host to Formula One races since 1973. Sit back and relax for what's going to be a fantastic Brazilian Grand Prix.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So basically how this mod works is if you've got any patches of grass across the circuit or just the surrounding area, it will show up in the long blades of very, very thin grass that you can see at the moment. I'm seeing grass in areas that I never thought grass existed here on this start-finish straight here at the Brazilian Grand Prix. So, yeah, it's very thin and patchy right here. But when we get to the middle sector, oh my goodness, are we going to come into basically the Amazon jungle. So, no need to look at race strategy. We don't care about any of that nonsense. So we're just going to jump straight into this race and have some fun. I do want to have a little bit of a play around in the longer grass once we get there.
Okay, you're in his dirty air. Get past him.
And once again, Jeffrey is being absolutely ridiculous. So here we go. Oh dear. I feel like I'm almost a little bit too... I'm a little worried to actually drive into it and see what happens. Like, I know it's only grass, but it's so long that I'm worried that it might affect my car. Like, look at this. It's so thick through here. It's you can't even see the sponsors on the outside of the track. I mean, this would be a nightmare. Oh, look at this. This is a picture to behold, isn't it? It's like a street circuit. If you try and picture that the grass is actually a barrier, like the grass is lava. Can we make that a challenge? But yeah, this would be a nightmare if you're on TV. You won't be able to see any of the track from the outside cameras. You'd have to be looking from a top-down view or something ridiculous like that. But this looks sick. Let's go in here and just explore. I hope this doesn't crash my game.
That start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
Thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate that. Let's just go. Let's go for a drive, shall we? Oh dear. Okay, yep. That's a barrier. We've got a bit of a clear space, or do we? I don't. This is exploring Brazil with Tiametmarduk, corner cutting extraordinaire. I'm trying not to look at the mini-map to see where I'm going, but I'm just literally having a fun old time. Oh, exceeded track limits. I wasn't even going fast. Let's bring up the replay camera. Let's see what that looks like. Try and spot the Ferrari in there. Oh my god, this is crazy. You can't even genuinely, you couldn't even see the Ferrari at the end there. But yeah, grass. It's wonderful. It's magnificent. I wonder if you can do this on... Nah, you can't. Surely you can't do this in multiplayer. The game would kick you out straight. Oh, that's a barrier. Could you imagine? Do you imagine Raikkonen doing this in 2012 or 2013 or whenever the hell he got lost in the third sector? Now we have a legitimate reason for getting lost here in this Brazilian Grand Prix. We're now lapped. Oh, this is mad. Okay, clears up over here with some smaller... Okay, sorry. I'm just taking in a bit of the nature. Just a little bit, not too much. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. we get to here and it all starts to clear out a little bit. I'd absolutely love if you could turn the grass into like full-on trees. That'd be crazy. What's over here? Little path into Narnia, this is. Alright. Let's that's enough of the grass. Let's actually do a race and see if we can I don't know, I'm gonna see if it like affects me in actually trying to race, because spotting, you know, braking zones and apexes becomes a lot different when some of the corners become blind. So I'm quite interested to give this a bit of a go. If you do want to see more stuff like this, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. We're in the Ferrari driving as Sebastian Vettel and the Brazilian Grand Prix. You already know that. We've been here for 5 minutes already, and away we go. Live commentated as well. We're doing a last to first challenge in less than 5 laps. So how serious this last to first challenge is going to be, don't think it's going to be up there as one of my most serious competitive races, but we'll see what we can manage nonetheless. This feels like awesome. Just driving down like a corridor, driving down a hallway in a very expensive mansion. That's what this feels like. It's incredible. Like this view here, I love that. We need more thickness of the trees. Bernie's not in charge of the sport anymore. That's how silly that comment was about to be. But Liberty Media, let's go to racetracks with absolute jungle either side, just to add to the wackiness of Formula One. Why not? Race on tracks like old Nürburgring, you know, like back in the day where there were trees left, right, and center. Not the most safe thing in the world, but you know, added to the spice, I suppose. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. The AI up ahead are going 3 wide down the straight, so that's a thing. Let's see if we can get involved in that. Hulkenberg and Sainz getting a bit tasty there. Chuck it up into hot lap and overtake. I need to remember that I can't use the same battery modes that I do in career mode, because none of the upgrades are applied right here. Some of the grass was coming over. Yeah, it's doing it again. It's coming over through the apex there. Having to, you know, wipe the grass out of my visor. Forget tear-offs for oil and just bits of junk. It's just having to get the grass out of the way. That's what we're up to. What is this video? I don't even know. I just don't know. I'd love to see the replay cameras. I'm gonna have to save the whole replay back after this race is done and overlay it on top of the video, just so you guys can see how different it looks. But this is really cool. It's only a small mod, but it does so much for just, I don't know, a little bit of fun factor. Maybe I'll just chuck this in for career mode and just race with this, because why the hell not?
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is
Oh, Kimmy. Very slow through turn 1. I was a bit hesitant there. I wanted to go around the outside. I decided to tuck in, but then as soon as I tucked in behind him in the racing line, that's when he made the mistake, wasn't it? A dive bomb. Actually, that's one thing. I'm finding it hard to actually spot some of my braking zones because the grass is covering them up. So if you're racing without racing line, something you'll do is you'll look for, I guess, landmarks off to the side of the circuit. A lot of the time I'll use braking boards, and the braking boards on the run into turn 4 were a bit obscured. So that's definitely something worth considering. Another thing is, like, if a car is stranded up the road, that will... Oh, the marshalling points! You can't see if there's, like, yellow flags or... Yeah, there's actually a lot. This is not safe at all. Not safe at all. But I'm having fun. DRS. Slipstream. Can we pull off the mother of all dive bombs? A la Crofty in every single commentary. You bet we can! To the inside! And we just about get that done. Sergio is still on the outside there. Nearly did a Max Verstappen, Esteban Ocon type crash there, but we got away with it. P9. Only 2 laps left in this Brazilian Grand Prix. Nearly missed my braking zone again. You'll love to see it. Unfortunately, this is the only track which has this mod, because the mod creator only did Brazil. I thought initially it was going to be a... I thought it would affect every single circuit on the game, and I'd be able to go here, there, or everywhere, and I was going to put a spin on it, being like abandoned racetracks around the world, but oh well. I'm just having enough fun as it is with this Brazilian mod. I'd love to know what else we could do. Gravel traps. Can we make them sand castles? Make it happen. Suzuka would be fun. But then gravel traps. Anyway, I'm waffling. Let's see if we can get inside the top 5 here. There's a bit of a cluster up ahead, so let's see if we can get involved. We've got no battery left on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Ricciardo and Magnussen are going side by side, and I remember a couple of races ago, Ricciardo was stuck behind Magnussen all race, and I was very frustrated. I think it might have been Hungary. Jeez, trying to overtake Magnussen is just a bit of a chore. At least in real life. Magnussen with the move around the outside. Let's see if we can get past our countryman. That is a track extend. We don't mind at all, do we? Up the inside of 2 cars. P7. For some reason, I was worried about hitting the grass again. Even though I know full well nothing's going to happen. Still puts me off nonetheless. Norris. What are we saying, fam? We're following through the corridor for the last time. We get to see a bit of sunlight here in this Brazilian Grand Prix. All this grass cover would certainly affect track temperatures. And as such, some cars would be mighty through some sectors and others not so great. But Lewis Hamilton wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. We're going to come home in P7 after starting in last place.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
I don't know what this video was. It was just showcasing a bit of grass. But I had fun nonetheless. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. Career mode will be back tomorrow, I think. So look forward to that. We've got the Singapore Grand Prix this weekend as well. So I'm going to be doing quite a few videos around that circuit. Just to try and, I don't know, commemorate such a brilliant racetrack. But that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, I'll see you next time.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to say Sebastian Vettel certainly caught my eye during today's race. Incredible driving.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.